Let's give this a try in the nighttime, shall we? It's exciting. I hope the light holds up. So anyway, welcome home, welcome aboard, welcome back, all those things, depending on, of course, and as always, where you are in relation to this channel, these messages, this energy. We're talking about what's up for the week of the 31st of January till the 6th of February 2022. Now, this week is interesting. I think the energy is interesting. Yeah, let's get right in. We start the week off with the moon moving into Aquarius, joining a whole bunch of energy in Aquarius, right? Throughout the day, we have that moon sextiling Chiron, squaring Uranus, of course, right? And then we have the new moon at 11:46 p.m. Central Time. The new moon is conjunct Saturn and square Aquarius, or square Uranus. Hi, same thing, kind of, a little bit, sort of, right? It's a 12 Aquarius, and here's the deal. Here are the themes of this new moon: collaboration, groups, collective, the unconscious, your healing, ideas. Thank you. Well, perfect. Ideas about healing and strategy and long-term, right? Remembering that your long-term wishes get done in the day by day. So do not discount Saturn's involvement in this new moon energy, right? It's great to intend, but you must be willing to walk behind your intention, and walk as your intention. Tuesday is the 1st of February. It is the Chinese New Year. So here's the deal. Really, the only major aspect we're going to talk about is the moon conjunct Saturn, which really just amplifies the energy of the day before, right? Chinese New Year this year is the Black Water Tiger. So let's talk about that water energy, right? It's about ferocity, but it's also about community building, new goals, aligned goals, and really leveling up. Again, with that moon conjunct Saturn, it is about what you do, what you do, what you do, right? Your day-by-day reality is created by what you do. On Wednesday, the moon moves into Pisces, and that is going to float things, right? So moon in Pisces is about intuition, sensitivity, right? Also, that moon is going to sextile Mars, right? The planet of action. It will conjunct Jupiter and sextile Uranus. So this is a day for intuition and sensitivity, right? It will also able you to look at how you move in your 3D life, how you expand, how your heart creates your wisdom, right? With that conjunction to Jupiter. How you let yourself flow in the currents. And let's talk about the word currents, right? Currents can, thank you. Currents can mean water, certainly, but I also want you to pay attention to the concept of electrical currents, right? Energetic currents, thought currents. All of these are just as valid. Air currents, fire currents, earth currents, right? Pay attention. Witness where you are shifting and understand that there is a question from the universe. Where are you adapting? Where are you avoiding, right? Where are you adapting? Where are you avoiding? Pay attention. On Thursday, Mercury goes direct, right? Not till the evening, but it does. We have a beautiful Pisces moon sextiling Venus and conjuncting Neptune. So again, we're talking about that intuition energy, right? Leaps of faith, movements of belief. So as Mercury goes direct, right, we're talking about sextile, Neptune, the moon, right? All that Pisces energy, and also Mercury going direct conjunct Pluto. So look for clarity, right? Instead of just popping off, maybe keep listening, maybe keep looking, maybe keep tasting and smelling, definitely keep feeling, right? This is about heart-guided clarity and heart-guided expression. And this retrograde energy, as it moves direct, move gently, right? Don't plow through. Move gently. Feel for what has shifted in you. Feel for what has shifted in your experience. You know how after you get out of a plane and they say, be careful when you open the overhead bins, for contents may have shifted during flight? Allow for things to have shifted during retrograde. Move gently. Move gently. On Friday, the 4th, we have that Pisces moon sextiles Pluto, right? And then Mars, right, sextiles Jupiter in Pisces. Then the moon moves into Aries. Wow, how exciting. All this basically before breakfast. And then in the afternoon, the sun conjuncts Saturn. So here's the deal. We have been getting in touch with our big dreams. Friday asks you, are you really up to it? Are you fit for this, right? With Mars squaring, right, the moon, and Chiron coming, right? This is about, if you move, it might be scary, right? Mars sextiling Jupiter and the sun conjunct Saturn. What you do, right, makes your identity. What you are is defined by what you do. Pluto is about transformation. And here's the deal. Once that moon moves into Aries, this is about, where's your power? Where is your heart-centered power? So you have a whole day to think about that as you're being literally required to step into the defining moment of your day, right? Which is you know, in the afternoon as the sun conjuncts Saturn and really puts the shines the light, yes, on that concept. What you've been doing, what you are doing, what you plan to do. That is the definition of who you are, not who you say you are, right? Even though Mercury is now direct, it's not about what you say. It's about what you do. It's about how you create your life. It's about how you step into and forge your identity, right? And even though Mars sextiles Jupiter, creating that bigness, that expansion, that wish to put it out there, if you move too fast, you might misstep. On Saturday, boy, the moon has a lot going on. The moon squares Mars, squares Venus, conjuncts Chiron in Aries, and then later sextiles Saturn and the sun. All of this is energy that's been activated, stirred up, and heated, right, by the time we get to Saturday. So the question becomes, what is personal and what is relational, right? Where is your urge to transform, right? Mars squaring Chiron, the moon squaring Venus. Your identity is always determined by you and what you do, right? And we have this coming close of Mars and Venus, right? Asking you to really center within your inner and outer self, your divine feminine, your divine masculine. I saw you. You're going there. Within your male and female, within every polarity, right? And remember that no matter what, no matter what, as you create a polarity, remember that the polarity is defined by the nuance, right? The polarity is not defined by the poles. The polarity is defined by the space between. And so as you witness that personal self and that relational self, you are found, created, forged in the space between, right? As you create your identity, as you really witness where you are in that 3D world, keep that in mind, right? You're not the pole, you're the space between. You're the journey from end to end. And at any point in time, you are only where you are because that's your perspective. Shift and change is the nature of transformation. On Sunday, boy, it's a busy day. On Sunday, the moon, hello, squares Mercury. Mars squares Chiron. That's, yeah. And then the moon squares Pluto. And then by the end of the afternoon moves into Taurus. So again, we're talking about that internal, external, that energy of who I am and what I do, right? With Mars squaring Chiron. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, right? Your heart is going to urge you to shift and change. Again, going back to that question, where are you adapting and where are you avoiding? And here's the deal. If your own truth is that thing that you're avoiding, then you are not acting in alignment. You are acting in misalignment. If your own heart is the thing you're avoiding, then you are not living in alignment. You're living in misalignment, right? All week, the North Node is trining Pluto and Mercury, right? This is a week of potential to really, really shift and shape your destiny. If you are willing to listen to your heart, right? And if not, please know that what happens is that then you are living in your heart's consequence, in your heart's misalignment. So find that place of truth. Understand that as you are asked this week to dig into your intuition, to dig into your heart, to dig into your soul's truth and create from it, right? Create from it, not just witness it, but understand that you are shaping not just your identity, but your life from that truth, and that you have the power to transform it at any point in time, that you are creating not just your reality, but you're creating your consequences as well, right? It's big Capricorn energy, big Aquarius energy. It's really about service, getting things done, about creating the way that you move in the world. Thank you. Yeah, we know that. So it's just a lot, guys. It is a lot this week. And you know what? I mean, that's okay. It's a lot every week, isn't it? I do like this Aquarius New Moon. It's pretty much a big deal. And I like it that it's right at the eve of the Chinese New Year. I think this water energy is going to be good for us in terms of how we are able to witness our alignments, right? Let's have conversation. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to, there we go. Maybe? Okay, well, we got the Three of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords. So let's talk about this, right? This is New Moon Day, right? This is the new moon conjunct Saturn and square Uranus, talking about collaboration, talking about witnessing yourself as healed and allowing for those places where you're hung up, right, to change. Looking at your long-term strategy. This is perfect for an Aquarius New Moon, right? We're talking about collaboration. That's what the Three of Pentacles is all about. Collaboration, group efforts. It's about witnessing, right? How you can learn more about what it is that you're here to do. Nine of Swords. This is about what keeps you up at night. Right? We got it right here again, so we're going to talk about it again. But this is your own anxiety. This is your own fears and beliefs. This is your own where you get in your way, how you call in your own demons and how you conjure them. So here's the thing. How are you in your way of your long-term strategy? How are you not collaborating with your higher self, with your unconscious mind, with your own healing potential, right? How are you creating your identity as something that keeps you out of alignment? Great question. On Tuesday. So we're talking about really digging into those new goals, right? This is the moon conjunct Saturn. Again, we're going to ask, how am I keeping myself out of alignment? How am I keeping myself from leveling up? The devil is about attachments. The devil is about being hung up on what you've always done, what you've always done, what you've always done. So in any way that you are focused or fixated on what you've always done, what you've always done, what you've always done, you might want to rethink that, right? You might want to ask yourself instead, what can I do? Right? We don't get anywhere looking backwards. We don't get anywhere looking backwards. On Wednesday, the moon moves into Pisces, right? And we talked about this as it being a day of leaps of faith, a day of intuition and sensitivity about how you move in the world, how you expand, right? How do you see yourself in that expansion? How do you adapt, and what are you avoiding? So we also have the world, which is about cycles and witnessing the world as a cycle, as being part of a system, as being part of your own shift and change, right? What are you avoiding? How are you flowing in the current? You've got Page of Wands. This is brand new ideas, brand new ways of being able to create. Not just yourself, but of create anything in your world, right? Using your intuition, witnessing what brings you inspiration, what brings you motivation, something that sets you on fire, right? And that is where you find your flow. And if you can allow all of these things that are holding you back and not allowing you to be in flow and shift and change and to grab onto the new things that are in that flow waiting for you, pay attention because they're there. On Thursday, Mercury goes direct. Da, 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 da. We have the King of Swords on Mercury direct. How beautiful is that? I love it quite very, very much. We talked about this, though, because it's conjunct Pluto, right? And we have that Neptune and Moon involvement here as being something that allows you to really be in your heart and allow your heart to guide your clarity and your expression, right? So we're going to go right back here to the beginning of this week and say whatever it is that you intend at that new moon, however you really want to work on creating your strategies, your long-term, day-by-day reality, right? How you're going to get shit done here. Thursday is going to bring you clarity about that. And again, we're talking about going gently, right? We're not going to barrel through. We're going to devote ourselves, dedicate ourselves, right? Motivation is a great thing. Motivation is a great, great thing. It allows us sometimes to rock ourselves off of a foundation or get ourselves out of a rut, right? But the way you actually accomplish things, my son has a whiteboard, and a long time ago I wrote on his whiteboard, motivation ain't shit. Dedication is what gets things done. Now, this is true, right? Motivation might set you on fire. It might allow you to get yourself out of a rut, but dedication gets you where you need to go. And so as you witness these Nine of Swords, this release, whatever it is that you're going to have to put down, have to give up, have to rewrite that narrative, Thursday is the day you're really going to get crystallization on that once Mercury goes direct. And you're able a little bit more to slide into your heart space a little bit more gently and dedicate yourself to your own future, right? What a beautiful thing. And then on Friday, we talked about, right, big dreams. Are you up to it? Are you? We have two knights. We've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Wands, again, we know what inspires us. The Knight of Cups, is it really aligned with my heart? Okay, we've got Mars and Capricorn sextiling Jupiter in Pisces. These two knights right here, that's what they are. Who you are is defined by what you do, right? What sets you on fire, what fulfills you. This is defined by what you do. These knights are, that is how they're moving through the world. So if you're going to move, it might be scary, right? Mars sextiling Jupiter. The moon moves into Aries. Don't be reckless. Don't be reckless. Stay in the flow. But know that your identity is within your own power, right? You're defining it as you move. As you move. Saturday, we have two fours. Come on, this is beautiful. We have the Four of Swords. We've got the Four of Wands. So Four of Swords is about regathering, recollecting your thoughts. You know, I always like to talk about this card as a healing card, right? And we've got the moon conjunct Chiron in the middle of the moon squaring Mars and Venus. So how beautiful is that, right? So let's talk about that. Right, there we go. There we go. Sorry, you know, I'm trying to get to focus because that's driving me crazy. We all know this, right? All right. Anyway, so Three of Swords is loss, heartbreak, sadness. The Ace of Swords is something new, a new way of believing something, a new way of witnessing, a new way to tell that story. And then the Four of Wands is soulmate, right? It's super happy. It's what comes in after your long-term plans come to fruition. It's how you witness and live that life after you have trusted. There we go. Your long-term goals. So again, we've got the moon conjunct Chiron in the middle of these two squares, right? Which is a beautiful thing. And then later that day, we've got the moon sextiling Saturn and sextiling the sun, right? Which were just conjunct the day before. So here's the deal. This is really allowing you to witness that inner and outer balance. Finding yourself as healed, really creating from that dedication, that devotion. Now, here's the deal. What you plan out on Monday is probably not going to come into full fruition by Saturday. But as you get that urge to transform, as you get to witness that personal versus relational, right? Personal versus relational, Mars versus Venus, inner versus outer, really finding your place in that polarity, finding your identity as that flow state. A miracle, right? Your identity is determined by you and your relation to it within every moment. Just an awareness. And then on Sunday, we are talking about the Emperor and the Knight of Wands. So here's the deal. We have another knight to add, right? Knight of Wands is about big, bold, passionate movement, right? And the Emperor is a little more staid, but he is the King of Kings, right? So as we talk about Mars squaring Chiron, again, asking yourself, what are you avoiding? What are you avoiding? Is it aligned? If you're moving towards it and it's not your truth, then you're not in alignment, right? We talked last week a lot about trajectory, about where you're going, right? And how when you pull that arrow back, you need to know where that arrow is going to go. You know, here's the thing. That's how we get anywhere, by aiming. So don't shoot yourself in the foot, right? Let your heart do the leading here. Again, we talked about this week as being a destiny shaper, right? As long as you're mindful of your heart's consequences, right? Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Know where you're going and why you're going, right? Keep breathing. Always, 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 always keep breathing. Yeah. I don't know about this nut reading, y'all. Financial constraints. This is interesting. I don't know why I was called to use this oracle, but I don't always love it. It gives weird, like, feels like messaging that's strange, but we'll go for it. I'm sure it's someone's message, so if it's yours, have at. All right. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money may be tight at this time, so rein in your spending and be circumspect in the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. So, here's the thing. What we know about money, right, is that it's representational. It talks about our resources, which are tangible or intangible. Again, so we're going to talk about, right, these pentacles here as our resources, and understand that our beliefs about our resources can be very, very outdated, can need to be updated, right? And so as we witness all of this shift and change and general newness, just be mindful of what you're conjuring, right, as you create your ideas about what abundance is, about what wealth looks like, and about what value is. We got a lot of Saturn in this week, so be mindful of how you're creating your ideas around value. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to get your needs taken care of and bide your time. Things will improve, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the good things that you have, right? So I think that's super fair. Actually, I kind of like it. This is a really big Saturn week. But it's also a big week where you're asked to really live as your faith, right? And those are not different things. As we create our identity, it really is about what we do, not what we have, right? It's what we do. It's how aligned our actions are with our own core values, with our own personal truths. And your actions can't be aligned with those personal truths if you don't know what they are. So find your way. Find your way within your own heart. Allow it to guide your clarity. Allow it to guide your expression. And understand that the more gently you move forward, even with all these nights, right? Even with all these nights, progress does not have to be sudden. It can be measured, right? You're going to get there just the same. You might get there safer. Who knows? Anyway, we will talk about the new moon. Other than that, big blessings, guys. Sorry about these lights. I'm not a fan. Oh, well, you never know till you try. Big blessings.